What's going on, Pokemon trainers? Welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Go, and today we're going to be working on Galar Calling, trying to catch 88 Pokemon and also hatch these 8 eggs. And we are going to be trying to catch all these Galar Pokemon that are out here, and we're going to be using my Adventure Incense. So today is day 2 of the 7-day fast. If you guys have only just now found out about the 7-day fast, you're not too late. You can start it whenever you're ready. And if you only feel like you can do 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, do whatever you guys can do. I'm just letting you know I'm on a 7-day fast because I'm trying to improve my health. I'm trying to detox my body. I'm trying to break bad habits. And so if you guys feel called to break your bad habits and break your bad eating habits and any other kind of bad habits that you might have, like staying up too late or watching PORN or just not talking to yourself very nice, okay? Break all your bad habits, guys. I'm trying to be a good role model for you, so let's do that. And today I'm going to be using my Adventure Incense, guys, as I get onto my soapbox. During this 7-day fast, you guys, I have decided to not only try to be a good leader to you guys, to show you guys that you can take care of yourselves and your own health and your own mental health and your own eating habits and everything else, but also I want to bring up some topics to you guys that maybe you just haven't considered in a while, or maybe no one has ever talked to you about, or maybe you just never thought about it that way or a different way. So I am here to give you guys a different perspective on things. Now, if you're like, but Holly, I like exactly the way that my life is going. I don't need to change anything. Everything is perfect. I don't need to change a thing. Then I'm probably not talking to you. You can go ahead and click off this video. Thanks for watching. Now, for the rest of you guys who are like, you know what, Holly, you're right. My life is not perfect. My life is not going exactly how I want it to, and I am open to new perspectives, and I am open to seeing things from different angles, then guess what? This video is for you. And I'm not out here saying that I'm perfect, because I'm not, you guys. And guess what? No one is. And that actually brings me to today's topic. No one is perfect, you guys. Stop trying to think that some people are, okay? Specifically, the topic that I wanted to bring up to you guys today is your parents, okay? A lot of people were raised to believe that their parents are supposed to be these perfect beings that get everything right, they never do anything wrong, and they have to do exactly what your parents tell you to do. Now, of course, when you're a child and you're under 18 and you're living in your parents' house, then yeah, you are expected to do exactly what your parents tell you. You're supposed to do things without question. You're supposed to follow the rules of your household and do what your parents tell you. However, a lot of you guys who watch my channel are full-grown adults. And guess what? Now that you're not in your parents' house anymore, now you can question things, okay? Now, I'm not telling you guys anything that you don't already know, okay? I'm just spitting truths at you, okay? We're spitting bars, we're spitting facts out here. Now, listen, when you're a child, okay, your parents have done some stuff where you were like, is that right? Are they sure about that? But you were a kid, so you couldn't do anything about it. Now that you're an adult, okay, you might be able to have the clarity and the perception to look back on what your parents were telling you to do. And now that you're an adult, you're like, wait a minute, my parents were not right about that. Wait, remember that time when I was a kid and my parents did something questionable? And I was like, that doesn't sound right, but I had to do it anyway because I was a kid. Now that you're an adult, you guys, you can look back and go, wow, my parents were wrong. Guess what, guys? Everybody's parents did something wrong. No one has a perfect parent, okay? There is no such thing as a perfect parent. There is no such thing as a perfect person. So if there is no such thing as a perfect person, then how is it possible that any of our parents were perfect? Now, of course, everybody's parents just did the best that they could given the tools that they had, okay? Their parents weren't perfect. Your grandparents weren't perfect. Your grandparents' parents weren't perfect. None of them were, and none of them should have ever expected themselves to be. Now, if you guys had parents who were like, I'm the perfect parent and you have to do everything that I say, red flag, okay? Especially today. If you are a grown adult, okay, and you either are or are not living under your parents' household, but regardless of you being a fully functioning, conscious adult who has their own awareness, you're still expected to do everything that your parents say, another red flag, you guys. You should be thinking for yourselves. Your parents should be trusting you that you can handle your own life. Your parents should trust you that they raised you to think for yourself. So if you're living with or without your parents. And you have to look for your parents for guidance on everything. You can't even function without your parents. Like if you want to go travel somewhere, you have to tell your parents. If you want to talk to somebody, you have to get your parents. If you want to date somebody, you have to get your parents. If you want to eat a certain food, you have to get your parents. If you want to play Pokemon Go and you're an adult, you have to get your parents. Like, you guys, you're a fully functioning adult. Now, if you guys are children and you're functioning in your and you're functioning as a child in your parents' house, then yeah, you have to follow the rules. I'm not saying for kids to not follow their parents' rules. I'm saying while you're a child, do the best you can, but observe and take note of the things that are happening. So that way, when it comes time to leave, you can go, yeah, you know what? I am gonna leave because they did a lot of stuff wrong. Sorry about that. There was a car right there and I was trying to cross the street. So where am I going with this? I'm trying to get you guys to be independent thinkers. I'm sure all of us know somebody who is a fully grown adult, okay? And they are either A, still living in their parents' house, doing exactly what their mommy and daddy tells them to do, and they're miserable because they're not actually following what they actually want to do with their lives. All of us know somebody who went to school and got a degree in XYZ because their mommy and daddy told them, you must do this, okay? I'm talking especially to you, doctors, lawyers, and people who like work at banks and government and like all that stuff. Y'all know who I'm talking about. I'm not saying any lies. I'm saying the truth, okay? We all know somebody who was brainwashed by their parents into thinking that their definition of success is the correct definition of success. Now, if you guys are any of those professions, or you did that, where you followed your parents down to a T and said exactly, you know what, I'm gonna just follow exactly what my parents say because I don't wanna deal with their wrath, okay? Is that honestly how you wanna live your life? Do you wanna live your entire life under your parents' scrutiny and judgment? Because I gotta ask you a question. Are you actually living for yourself, or are you living for your parents? Were you born just to satisfy your parents? Were you born just to be your parents' yes man? The answer is no, you guys. You are a person who deserves to live your own life. You are a person who deserves to think for yourself. You are a person who deserves to do what makes you happy, okay? Maybe no one's ever told you guys that you have a choice. Maybe no one's ever told you guys that, hey, you don't have to listen to your parents now that you're a full-grown adult. Maybe your parents brainwashed you so hard, you guys, that you never even considered that you don't actually have to do everything that they told you that you had to do. Like, maybe some of you guys never even wanted to go to college. Maybe you guys wanted to go to art school. Maybe you guys wanted to go explore the world, but you never got a chance to do those things. Well, guess what? I'm here to tell you guys, wake up. It is your time to follow your passions. It is your time to follow your dreams, and there's not gonna be any other time other than right now, okay? If you guys have a passion, if you have a hobby that you've always wanted to pursue, you wanna do art, you wanna do music, you wanna see the world, you wanna get a job that you actually like, or maybe you do wanna become a doctor or a lawyer, but you never had the chance to. This is your wake-up call, you guys, to stop waiting around, blaming your parents, saying it's all their fault, and now you're going to take accountability and responsibility for the direction that your life takes, okay? And listen, my heart goes out to you. If you guys have parents that brainwashed you, or that just plain didn't even care about you, or maybe they weren't even around at all, and maybe you were put up in an orphanage or something like that. Everybody's got a different story, okay? Everybody's got different circumstances. Everybody had different cultures, different backgrounds, different upbringings, different amounts of money, yada, yada, yada. But regardless of how you arrived to where you are watching this video of me talking to you today, there's a reason that you're talking. There's a reason why I'm talking to you, because there's too many people that are asleep right now, just following, bebopping along what their family told them to do. They're not thinking for themselves, and they are essentially slaves to whatever their family's cultural dynamic says. So for example, if you were brought up in a family that's like, yep, everybody in our family has to be a doctor or a lawyer, and they have to be part of this group, and they have to think this way, and they have to vote this way, and they have to marry this type of person, and they're not allowed to date this race, and they're not allowed to do anything else outside of that little narrow tiny box they have caged you mentally into how to think, you guys. This is a form of brainwashing. And this is what I'm trying to wake you guys up to, is it can be something as subtle, okay? Something as subtle as, oh, we don't eat that in our house, okay? Or it could be something as subtle as, oh, we don't go to those churches. Or it can be something as subtle as, you're not allowed to bring that friend over our house because they practice that religion, okay? Any kind of mind manipulation where your parents have continually enforced their beliefs and dynamics on your life, that you had a red flag internally and was like, why are they so weird about it? Why don't they like my friend? Why can't I just eat this food? Why can't I do XYZ? It seems really simple. It seems really harmless. I don't understand what they're so upset about. That is your gut trying to tell you to think a little bit more critically about what your parents are actually doing to you. Now, of course, good parents are out there, and I do believe good parents exist. Now, good parents are going to explain themselves. They're going to say very rationally and logically, this is why, hun, why we don't do XYZ, okay? This could be stuff like, yes, honey, don't steal because you'll be going to jail, right? Good parents have good logical explanations that make sense to you. So when your parents explain to you, this is why or why not that we do things, if it feels good to you, if it sounds good to you, if it resonates with you, and you're like, yeah, you know what? I can get behind that. That makes a lot of sense. That's good stuff, okay? That's good. That's good parenting. Now, on the flip side, if you have a parent, right, who is like, hey, you know what? We don't like that person that you're dating. You need to get rid of them. And you're like, okay, but I really like this person. Why would they not want me to date them? Now you're at a crossroads, okay? Now you're to the point where you have to feel it out and you have to sit with yourself away from your parents. Okay, I mean, obviously talk to them first. Like I said, figure out what their logical explanation is. Figure out if they're rational about it. Figure out if what they're even saying makes any sense at all. Do they have an actual good reason? Like, is that person unsafe? Is that person displaying unhealthy habits? Is that person displaying self-harm? Does it seem like they're going to be a threat to you? Does it seem like, they are, running some type of scheme where they're going to get your money, or they're going to entrap you, or they're going to baby trap you, which, by the way, baby trapping is a thing. Watch out for baby trapping. If you don't know what baby trapping is, Google it. But there's a lot of, look, I'm telling you truths right now. I'm going to tell you another truth. Wake up. There are bad people out here. And good parents know this, and they try to protect you from those bad people. So yes, there are good parents out there. And honestly, I think all parents, at least at some point in time, has done something good for their kid. But guess what? All parents have also done something bad for their kid. Now, did they mean to hurt their kid? Probably not. Some parents do. Some parents, let me switch gears a little bit. Do you guys realize that some parents are in competition with their children? Some people think that once their kid starts excelling in school, in sports, in hobbies, in dance and music and whatever the kid is good at, some parents look at that as, oh no, I've got to stifle their growth. They can't be better than me. I know, it's disgusting. But I have literally known somebody, you guys, who I met as an adult, okay? And this person has so many mental complexes of how they feel like they'll never be enough, they'll never achieve enough, they'll never have enough, they'll never make enough money. We got an egg hatching. They'll never, just a lot of limiting beliefs, a lot of lack mindsets. If you don't know, friggybacks, if you don't know what a limiting belief or a lack mindset is, that's something else for you guys to Google, okay? Because you want to rid yourself of all of those things. Basically, in a nutshell, limiting beliefs are things that keep you from being the best version of yourself. They're false programming that is given to you from other people outside of you. Usually, a lot of times, it's culture, it's family, it's parenting, it's all kinds of stuff like that, that people put on you so that you do not reach your full potential. There are bad parents out there who do not want you to reach your full potential. And I know what you're thinking, but Holly, why would they do that? If you want to know the answer, you got to look at their parents. Probably their parents did the same thing to them. Their parents also felt and threatened. I almost said endangered. Yeah, they feel threatened by the success of your kid. They don't want their kid to outshine them. It's a threat to their ego. It's an ego thing, guys. So that wraps up our adventure instance today, Thursday, September 12th. No shinies today, but honestly, it doesn't matter if we got a shiny or not because you are the shiny, my friend. All right, guys, I'm just gonna try to wrap it up in a nutshell. Essentially, what I'm trying to say is it's so important for you guys to think for yourself, okay? And of course, if you're a kid, then do the best that you can. We all just did the best that we can while we were just trying to survive living in our parents' household, right? We all just did the best that they can. And parents, if this is you, don't freak out. We all know you're just doing the best that you can. Keep going, because honestly, if you made it this far in the video, you definitely are doing the best that you can. As I finish up this video, guys, I'm just trying to get you guys to think for yourselves. I'm trying to get you to re-examine why you believe the things that you believe. I'm trying to get you to question the beliefs that have been passed down generationally in your family and really try to inspect and understand, is this even right? Is our family even doing the right thing? Is my family a bunch of racists? Is my family a bunch of, like, you know, people that have negative beliefs about other people in this world? Is my family contributing to this world, or are they making it a place where I have fear and I have anger about other people around me? That's what I'm trying to get you guys to see. And I think that when we all make more conscious decisions and not just like following blindly whatever our parents told us, because they just followed their parents blindly, then I think it's going to be a better place and a better world. So all that being said, I'm not perfect, and neither is anybody else watching this video, and definitely anybody who has a parent, because we're all not perfect. And that's why it's so important to stay humble and realize that we've all made mistakes. We're all going to continue to make mistakes, and all we can do is examine it and learn from it and be the best versions of ourselves. Okay, so guys, look, I love you. Subscribe if you're new, smash the like button. I'll see you guys in the next day of our day 7 fasting journey, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.